All right, guys. So, welcome to technically the second to last Zoom of this module. The module closes next Thursday, 1 week from today, which we will have Zoom next Thursday, but we'll be talking about the module coming up. And I wanted to review for the final exam before the day of the final exam to give y'all some time, right? Um, we know that unfortunately, after the end of a module, we don't get that full week to work on assignments. They're due kind of as the module ends, so I can turn in your grades ASAP. So just bear that in mind. Now, my new students that started on Monday, you guys do not have to take this exam. You're exempt. We don't expect y'all to have to just pick up, a weekend and take an exam that covers a 40-day module, the longest module we have. So if y'all want to hop out, y'all can. I totally understand because this is going to be a lot of it's going to be Greek to you. If you don't want to and you want to stick in, by all means, please stay, and just soak up what you can. That never hurts either. So let's see. We have a little presentation. I'm going to go like hint, hint. These questions, you're going to see them. Hint, hint. So yeah. So if you want to like go through and mark down the answers as we go through them, feel free. That's going to help you out. It's the majority of the multiple choice questions on there. Let's see, presentation. How did my stuff get closed? Ooh, I was about to freak out. Y'all, I could not find my presentation. It was gone. All right, so our review for final exam. A couple of quick announcements. We're going to go over our review and then cover any questions or concerns that y'all have. Announcements. Okay. Um, as we've already talked about, you guys should know we're getting close to the end of this module. I'm going to open the final exam as of tomorrow. I'll probably actually open it tonight since I'm going to be out tomorrow. So the due date is Thursday, 10/26, which is next Thursday, the last day of the module. New students, you're exempt from the final exam. And module 154 starts on Friday, 10/27, the very next day. We don't take any time in between modules. We just keep on rolling with it, right? So new students, y'all are doing new student assignments until we get to module 155 starts Friday, 10/27, until we get to 155. Once we're in there, you're going to pick up with everybody else and carry along, okay? Tomorrow is graduation. I will be available via text only all day. Like I said, I've got to be there at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Graduation is not till 6, so it's going to be a whole day. I am going to post, we got the link so you guys can pop in and watch it if you want to online. I'm going to post that on the Remind app and also in the news and announcements in my Unitech site. So if y'all want to pop in and watch some of your classmates, some of y'all started with some of the folks that are going to walk tomorrow. So if y'all want to pop in and give them your support or give me your support, because I'm going to be up there on stage looking all anxiety ridden, feel free to hop in. I'll get that posted for you guys. And that's pretty much it for announcements. Not a whole lot going on. Otherwise, just module change. So if you need to catch up on anything, now is the time. If something is closed, feel free to put it in the comments, in the comment section if it's closed, and I will go through and give credit. I have not. Some of y'all are saying I've got stuff in the comments and it still says 0. That's because I have not gone. When y'all do that, I have to, after the assignment closes, I have to go back through and then I can see the comments and everything and grade it after it's closed. So at the end of the module, the last few days, I'll be going back through everybody's assignments and exams one by one and going through everything and giving credit where it needs to be given. So do not stress. Now, if we get real close to module end or the day after and you see that I have not done something, then please bring it to my attention. Be real specific with the title for that assignment, please. Day 30 or 40, daily assignment or lab, whatever it may be. Just be real specific for me in your text message so I know right where to go. All right. So, like I said, we've got questions and answers. I love my typos. Why can't I see this stuff when I'm typing it out, you know? But in the anesthesia section of the CPT manual, the procedure codes are divided first by which of the following, which, like I said, this is a lot of where your multiple choice questions are coming from. So they're going to give you 4 choices. But the anesthesia section, like a lot of the other sections, are, they're listed and divided by anatomic site, right? What part of the body they're on. Like in our alphabetic index, when we start, and it's all listed out alphabetically, it's by body type, body part first, anatomic site, parts of the anatomy. All right, so what is the type of sedation that allows a procedure to be performed without pain to the patient, but the patient is not completely asleep? And that's going to be conscious or moderate sedation. And you hear a lot about that on the radio, or you used to, about conscious sedation, with your dental stuff and all that, which, I mean, they could knock me out and I'd be fine. Do not need to be awake for that. But that's what it's called. The patient is not all the way asleep, but they are in no pain. They are still conscious, and it's not heavy sedation, it's moderate sedation. So conscious or moderate. And y'all recognize that way from like chapter 12 or 13, right? When we did anesthesia. The final exam is going to be a little bit from the entire module, all the chapters, but it will not be anything you have not seen before, okay? So don't stress about that. All right, so the society that published the Relative Value Guide for Anesthesia Services is the American Society of Anesthesiologists. Pretty easy, right? But they're going to give y'all 3 other choices that they're going to mix it up and try to confuse y'all. But it's the American Society for Anesthesiologists. All right. Wound exploration codes have the following services bundled into the codes. And they're going to give you 4 choices, and it's going to be a bunch of different things. But these are the ones that y'all need to remember. Exploration, including enlargement, debridement, removal of foreign bodies, minor vessel ligation, and then repair. It's going to give you some examples where 2 or 3 of those things are missing from the answer or whatnot. But just remember: exploration, enlargement, debridement, removal of foreign bodies, minor vessel ligation, and repair. To select the term that describes a procedure in which a scope is placed into a body cavity. And it's the word that I always say 50 different ways wrong. Endoscopy. Endoscopy. However you want to say it, right? And we know from all the chapters that we've gone through that they do these in multiple parts of the bodies, right? Endoscopy. All right. The procedure in which a scope is passed into the larynx and the physician can look at the larynx is what type of laryngoscopy? Sounded like Dory from Finding Nemo right there. All right, but it's direct. It is a direct laryngoscopy. They're putting the scope right in and right to it. Direct. Easy way to remember it. All right. In what surgery subsection would you find the code for the incision and drainage of a nasal abscess using an external approach to the abscess? That's a lot of information to ask you which section is the nasal stuff in. Essentially, the integumentary system. That's where all the nasal stuff is, right? The nasal coding. So that's what they're looking for. And which surgery subsection? The integumentary system. What are the divisions of the surgery section based on? And this is another one that should be pretty easy for you guys in the CPT manual. You know, it's separated by our different sections that are all different body systems, right? Respiratory, cardiovascular, integumentary, all the different body systems. Right. For medical complications of pregnancy, the physician would report his additional professional services using codes from what section or subsection. All right, so that is going to be E&M codes when they are billing for services that are above and beyond what they're, above and beyond what they're doing. That's going to be professional services, and they're going to use E&M coding for that. I think this is the last one with multiple choice stuff. When the words separate procedure appear after the descriptor of a code, you know which of the following about that code. All right, so when you have something that says separate procedure, basically what that means is that it's an unrelated procedure. It's a secondary and unrelated, essentially. It says the procedure was a minor procedure that would only be reported if it was the only service provided or totally unrelated to the main procedure. So a separate procedure. Sorry if y'all hear my youngin in the back there. She's trying to get a snack. But but the procedure was a minor procedure that if it was the only thing provided, you were reported as such, or if it's secondary to a main procedure. All right, so a plus symbol before a code in the CPT manual indicates a code that is a blank service. And that is an add-on service, right? Anytime we see that little plus symbol, it's going to be added on to something else. It's going to be in addition to something else. Any questions or concerns over any of that? It's pretty cut and dry, what's on the exam there. But again, this is nothing that you guys haven't seen. There is some coding on this exam as well, of course. There's like 15 to 20 multiple choice questions, and then you're going to have these two diagram sections, the cardiovascular system and then your digestive system, and you're only going to need 5 on each picture. So there 5 body parts on each picture, which y'all can see what those are here, the 5. And I think it's the same 5 I used for your other exams, so don't stress about that. And then there's not a ton of coding. It's not a ton. Y'all have already done a ton through all the other chapters. I didn't feel the need to pile it on, so to speak. All right, so any questions, concerns, anything at all while we're here? That was pretty quick.
No, I don't think so.
I gotta stop putting the answers so we can have some back and forth. But so next week we're going to continue on. We're still going to have Wednesday coding class because we're going to continue on with coding in module 155. Not for long though. We're just about done with coding, you guys. I know it seems like it's been forever, but we are just about done, I promise. And then once we're done, we get to do some fun stuff. We get to do some really fun stuff. When we start learning the EHR system, the software that medical offices use, and we start doing some role playing, like I'm going to pretend to be an insurance agent and y'all are going to pretend to argue with me over the bill. And I'm going to teach y'all how to argue with an insurance company. That was actually one of the things when we did our advisory board that was some of the feedback that we got. It was like, in order to be successful with calling insurance companies and getting your money, you have to be confident going in or they will run you over. Like they will try to run you over. They will talk over you. They will read off of a script, and they will whatever they can do to get you off the phone without giving you a clear answer to a question, essentially. So we're gonna play some back and forth, some role play, and that way you guys can kind of be a little bit more confident going into that type of position, and just because the more they can tell in your voice when you're new, like they can tell, and you can tell in their voice when you've got somebody new on the phone and they're just reading off the script, and you kind of have to, excuse my language, but be ballsy enough to, I need you to stop reading off the script and answer my question. Like I understand that you have a script there, but I need you to actually answer my question. And if you can't answer my question, I need you to go get somebody that can, because I need to know. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. We're up for some fun stuff in a little bit. So y'all just, I hope y'all enjoy coding more than I do. I so don't like coding as much as billing. But that's okay. That's okay. We got to know how to do it, and we got to understand it, right? So, all right. Any questions or concerns about anything, guys? Coding, the exams, program in general. I now have everybody in the class except for the people that started on Monday. I have your finish date. I finally got the updated report. So I've got everybody's date except for those people that started this Monday. So if y'all need to know,
Can I have mine?
yes, you can. Yes, you can. Let's see, Miss Keena. April 16th.
All right, thank you.
You're very, very welcome. I got a whole bunch of y'all finishing on April 16th. Ernisha, Shabrika, Alexis, Asia. That's right, Asia, you. Trinity, Miss Keena, Serena, Kirsten, Romanique, and Tamia. And I am so sorry about the train going by my house right now. But yeah, all of y'all are finishing on April 16th. So y'all gonna leave me high and dry with no students.
Can I have my date, Miss Brandy?
Let's see, Miss Ashley. You are May 14th, ma'am. Whole bunch of y'all heading out on that day too. That's
Thank
like,
you.
you're very welcome. That's like my two, y'all, both big start groups and big finish groups. Y'all are all gonna leave me at one time. It's gonna be sad, but I miss y'all when y'all go. But I'm happy to see y'all moving forward. Can't stay here forever. Let's see, Miss Caitlin, absolutely. December 6th with Ryan. Yeah. So very good. Who else is on December 6th? Peyton, Ryan, Miss Dusty, Shakita, Hannah. Ah, y'all are gonna leave, like this whole group is gonna leave me in like 2 dates.
At what point do we need to start waiting for, do we need to initiate the contact with career services? I know there's a Discord or something. At what point do we need to worry about that?
I have heard, I have not been on the Discord, but I've heard that it is not, and Angel told me this, I think. It is not as active as she was hoping it would be. You more than likely are going to have to initiate contact with them. It's Miss Demetria and Miss Cynthia, I think now. We've had some turnover in that department. So hopefully things will be moving a
Still
little
the
bit.
same contact emails, or
Um,
how we go about finding those?
I'll give them to you. I'll post them, actually, is what I'll do. I will post them in e-learning, in the news and announcements probably. And that way y'all have them there. Let's see, Ryan Holcomb. I think yours should be Miss Demetria, Miss D. They split up the alphabet. So I'm thinking yours should be Miss Demetria.
All right.
But I can get with her and find out also, Ryan. But yeah, once y'all get, I would say about 30 days out, start initiating that contact. And start polishing up that resume, get ready to send it to them. Maybe even before you initiate the email with them, or even better yet, include it in your email, and that way they can't say they never got it. CC me on that first email, just to make sure you get a timely response. That's a surefire way to make sure you're going to get a response, is make sure there's a second pair of eyes on it. But if you do that, you should be fine. Once they know somebody's looking.
Right, I hear that.
What you gonna
Already.
do? Yeah, so, but you'll have to initiate contact with them and just let them know what you're looking for. And I've also said that they will send out jobs, a lot of jobs for the Lafayette area. And that doesn't really apply to everybody. So make sure you're really clear about what area of the state you're in, where you're wanting to work, where you're looking for a job at. If it's not Lafayette, make sure you make that real clear. Because that's where honestly, that's where the majority of their leads come from. It's from businesses in and around Lafayette. But we also have contacts in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Shreveport, all over the place. So we'll find you something somewhere.
Now I do have another question. The Unitech in Monroe. Y'all do have a office up here, right?
Yeah.
Or something? Okay.
do. Yeah.
Would their career services be able to help me out, or is that something that y'all don't interchange? Or
Not really.
Okay.
We kind of keep that on a campus level.
Okay.
Their career services people wouldn't know really what's going on with our program. Online is a little bit different than what they do on campus. We operate a little bit differently. So they wouldn't really know what you've been doing while you're in the program. As far as like their students, they can say, hey, yeah, she was in here 5 days a week. She came to every class, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And plus, I don't even know who those people would be. Like, I'm sure I've met them at conferences and stuff, but I wouldn't know who to get you in contact with over there.
All right.
But if y'all have a Unitech campus close to y'all, and anything ever happens to your computer, you can go use their computer lab in their facilities. You can use any Unitech facility as an online student. I didn't know if y'all knew that, but that's the thing. So if y'all need a quiet place to study, your computer's acting wonky, your Wi-Fi is out, see if there's a Unitech campus close by. Lafayette, Houma, Monroe, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. I think that's it. Like, we used to have one in Lake Charles, but I don't think they're around anymore. But excellent questions, Ryan. Excellent questions. Anybody else? No? No? Okay, well, wait, let's see. We got some chat stuff. Make sure I'm not, when do I graduate? Miss Melinda. March 26th, ma'am. March 26th. I still can't submit assignments, Miss. All right, Ashley, we may have to be out tomorrow. Continue putting the answers in the comment section, Ashley. Monday, we will get on Zoom, me and you, and see if we can't troubleshoot it a little bit. And if I can't get it figured out for you, we'll go ahead and contact IT support at that point. Because if none of my little fixes are working, then there's something really wrong. So we'll give that a try.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm trying to think. So you cleared all your browsing history and cookies and all that, restarted, started fresh, logged out,
Yes.
logged back in, all that stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's still it just won't upload, or is it kicking you back to like the home screen?
It kicks me back to the home screen. Like once I get to the assignment and I go to where I can attach it to that particular day,
And you try
when
to
I
save
click
it?
like upload it,
Yeah.
it takes me all the way
Takes
back
you
to
all
the
the way back.
home.
Usually the clearing the browsing history and cookies and starting over fixes that bug. But we'll see what we can figure out on Monday. I would do
Okay.
it tomorrow if I were going to be in. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's no problem.
But we'll take care of it on Monday. We'll get you figured out one way or the other.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, that's all of our chat questions and stuff. All right, guys, if that's all you'll have for me, as always, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate y'all taking the time out of your day. I know you got family work, all that stuff, and you come and give me 30 minutes of that, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot. If y'all can come join us for graduation, and otherwise, have a great weekend.
You too have a good weekend.
Ma'am?
She said have a good weekend.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Y'all have a good weekend too, guys.
Yeah.
See y'all next time. Bye, Ryan.